Marthie. Today I am in Gauteng, so I'm recording this earlier, and this is an exciting time because all the birds are awake and everybody's driving to work, and that's a great thing. Mondays you should be on your way to your destination of where you want to get to. So my purpose is to help you find your purpose and run with it, and today I want to talk about three things. And the first thing is to take responsibility for driving your life. The second one is to remember your victories. And the third one is fishing in the fishbowl or the ocean or the sea. So the first one I want to talk about is take responsibility for driving your life. And recently I met wonderful people, very talented. They have so many skills that people would drool for. They live in the busiest place in South Africa to be economically viable. Um, and I think they're just stuck. So what happens is you start playing the blame game. Well, circumstance, this happened, that happened, and at the end, everybody else is responsible for you not being successful. And I think this is a dangerous place to go because it means you've handed over the control to somebody else and you're not driving anymore. And the moment you do that, you can't do anything about it. And it's a mindset. It's a mindset. Yes, bad things happen, but you have to remember that you're driving. If you're not driving, you're sitting in the back seat, and that's not a good place to be. So sometimes you have to reconsider who's driving and why they are driving. And even if you're driving and it's not a good spot, at least you know that you're driving and it's not a good spot and you can change direction. But if you're in the vehicle and you're not driving and everybody gets blamed, there's nothing you can do, and then it's out of your control, and then you disempower yourself. So it's important to take responsibility for driving your own life and realize that you've handed it over physically and mentally, and to take it back. Take it back. So the second one connects with the first one, and it is remember your victories. So if you can remember what you're good at and the times that it went well and what you've actually achieved in your life, like developing skills, like overcoming difficult times, it's important to wake up that genius in you, or that successful person, because they want to be out there driving your car. And if you remember that, that will give you self-esteem and purpose again, to know what you're supposed to be doing and what your next step could be. Well, in the past I've done this, and maybe this will work again. And not just run in a direction. I think you have to be do some self-talk to get you to a point where you have enough things to play with, successes you remember, that you can use that to your advantage, so that then the first bad next thing happens, it doesn't get you down. You're still able to get up and move on. They say when you're going through a tunnel, you don't jump off the train, you stay on the train and trust the driver. And life is like that. It's not always just positive things, but it's important to sort of look at the bad things and think, what did I learn from it? What is the thing that I can take from it? So what can I use of it? What can I stand on to put me on another level? And then the third thing is fishing. Now, fishing in a fishbowl or in the ocean or the sea, I think some people just look too small. If you hang with young people, you're going to start thinking like them, and it's going to be creative and out there and wishful thinking sometimes, but it's going to be a different mindset. If you all hang with old people, your world's going to be smaller and more contained and more passive, because they're not that active. So you have to be aware who you hang with, who you're going to be become like, or copycats, or pick up. And I know once I was working night shifts, and the lady that I worked with had a stutter, and it took me 5 days, and I was also stuttering. It's like, what? I don't stutter. Why am I stuttering now? But I was starting to copycat her. So be careful when you pick up somebody else's stutter. So you have to be aware who you're hanging with. Is it the people that you want to be successful with? Is it the people that you just want to spend time with and leave? In terms of how you build your day, so be careful who you spend time with, because they might start defining your success and how you're going to live your life, passive or actively. So when you want to be successful, hang with successful people, people that keep you on your toes, people that excite you, and this is important. If you want to fish in the fishbowl, and that small little world that you've started creating for yourself and feeling sorry for yourself, or do you want to go fish in the bigger ocean where you can see possibilities and there's more people to get business from, for example? So that's what I think. You have to decide where you're fishing, and be careful that you don't make it too small. And there's also a challenge there if you live in a community where it's important what they think of you, and you've burned a couple of bridges. It's important to know that there's a bigger world out there, and don't let one community define you. Take note, because there is something there, but don't lose hope. So take note, but don't lose hope. So yes, there's a bigger world out there. Don't keep swimming in the fishbowl. If you know, when you take a fish home, you get it in the bag. Don't stay in the bag. Get into the bigger space where you can show your genius. So I want to help you find your purpose and run with it. Please subscribe to my channel.